Hello, my loves. It's your girl Bianca, and I am here to have a story time with you. So come on and take this journey with me to creating my own studio. Well, let me take you back to where it all began. In 2016, for the very first time, I sat behind a mic and did my very first interview on an online radio show, talking about Just Mommy and Me, my nonprofit organization for homeless women and children, and my mentoring program for young mothers. Helping them to transition into motherhood properly is a passion of mine, and it's something I've been doing for over 20 years. I was blessed to be able to do an amazing interview with Mr. E. Digger, and then to be asked to come back and be a part of his team and come weekly and be a co host on his show. Well, I was honored and even more honored to be a part of the online radio family at the station in which he did his show at. Now, one of the requirements of being on his show was paying a portion of the dues that he had to pay monthly. Now, it was something that I was doing in the beginning, to be honest. But being a single mom of 12 children at the time and taking care of them, as well as being the only owner and operator and completely funding the Just Mommy and Me transitional houses on my own, was a bit strenuous. It tended to dip in my pockets a lot. And even though I had puppy obsessions, my breeding business, it still did not allow me to have the extra money I needed to be able to do the show. So, in the end, I ended up no longer doing the show because I was asked after this post was posted. Let me read it to you real quick. Being in the hood had its benefits. I was looking at these headphones in the store the other day. I wanted to get them so I could get my workout on, but unfortunately, I couldn't afford them. When you're a single mother of 12 with transitional houses full of women and children, you can't afford this. Well, things like this. But when you are on the infamous Pennsylvania Avenue and you see the hookup man, you can. My daughter treated me to these for $30. Gotta love the hood. Gotta love my daughter. Well, when I made that post, it pissed E. Digger off because he felt like if I had $30 for some headphones, I had the $40 he needed to contribute to his show, which unfortunately wasn't true. Anyway, it changed the dynamic of the relationship between him and I. And unfortunately, he thought he could fire me. So he did. He told me I couldn't be on his show no more. But it birthed Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. Well, Bianca's Playhouse Radio Show. And that is how I became my own brand. So pain kind of pushed me to this world because it wasn't something I was actually interested in at first. But I was enjoying it. So I decided to do my own show. Now, I still couldn't afford to do my own show, but I came up with a master plan because I'm a businesswoman. You feel me? So I decided to charge people to come and watch me live doing my show. That gave me the money I needed to be able to pay for my show to be on air at the station. The same station Mr. E. Digger and his people were at. So I journeyed into that world. And it was really, really fun. I'm not going to lie. I actually had fun. I had some great guests, some great co-hosts, and I enjoyed my time there. Even had Mama Jones come. But, well, she didn't get to come to the actual station because the station said they weren't ready and prepared to have celebrity guests in the station. But okay, I still hit number one. After only being there for 3 months on the air, I was number one. And then I was standing alone because I had to take my show off that station after some differences, I'll say. Here I am in my very first studio. I decided to take my show off the station to my bedroom, okay? I created my own studio in my bedroom with my little kitchen table and kitchen chairs. And it was amazing because I still got the support, I still got the love, and I still had fun. I even had people pay me to come and do interviews with me in my little bedroom. So not only was I no longer paying to have my show on somebody else's station or paying to help somebody else with their show, but I was doing my own show my way, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm not going to say it was easy, because in the birth of this meant the end of a lot of relationships. Some relationships that I had had for over 30 years. And that was heartbreaking. It's like I went through a mourning period. But in my mourning, there was also celebration, because it was the birth of Bianca's Playhouse. And this right here is my 1 year anniversary. Standing alone wasn't so bad. I might have had to let go of all the people that I thought should be with me, but God removed them purposely so that I could be who it is that He designed me to be. I was blessed to meet people like Mr. Woody. Shout out to him with Too Stylish Entertainment. And shout out to Nicole without the E, because she is the one who introduced me to Woody. Meeting Mike McGaw was another blessing. I met him through the Too Stylish Entertainment crew, and I was blessed to be able to have my show, The Playhouse, on his podcast as well. Bianca's Playhouse has just been everywhere. Since 2016, I've been blessed to just do so much, to be able to meet so many people. And it's been a journey that honestly I never even imagined for myself. I've created studio after studio, in that bedroom, in that small space. Then I got an apartment and created a studio where I actually met my beautiful wife, who changed my life dramatically. I did Black Love, which she was a guest on. Did Black Love, and then guess what, y'all? I fell in love. I fell in love and married my wife. And during that time, I took a little hiatus away from Bianca's Playhouse and Bianca Studios. Took time to take care of my mom. My mom was diagnosed with cancer in 2019. And so I needed to focus on her and taking care of her. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2022. And right before she passed away, I lost my grandmother in 2022 as well. So losing the both of them made me honestly appreciate life even more. And I knew it was time for me to find peace and healing and start my journey back into the radio world. Just recapping on all that I had gone through, all the many places that I had been, and all that I had been blessed to do on my own, I knew I could do it again. So, you see this disgusting place right here? Baby, listen, this space in this place was horrific. But I knew I needed to change it and turn it into something beautiful, just like my story had been. My story started off rough. It started off nice, and then it went extremely rough. I went through a lot in this online radio world, with being disrespected and being just a lot, okay? But in the midst of all of that, and in the midst of this disgusting ass space right here, I knew that there was some beauty at the end of it. That God had something amazing in store for me. But I knew that I had to get up, wipe my tears, and take the strength that I had been blessed to receive through all that I had been through, and pour it all into this space. And make this space a studio that I could be proud of, that I could be comfortable in, and make it my own. Because that one moment when E. Digger decided to put me off his show and tell me that I couldn't do something that I was enjoying doing, not because I couldn't afford it, but because he was upset that I spent $30, which I didn't even spend it, but $30 was spent on my kids. I mean, on my on my little headphones. Because of that hurt my feelings in such a way that it birthed Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. And then even being ran out, and I'm just going to say ran out. Maybe I ran myself out. I don't know. I can be accountable and say that there was a lot of things that happened at the station that I was on before that I'm not proud of. And honestly, it all boiled down to communication. Communication is everything. But when you're hurt, you're not able to communicate effectively. You're not able to communicate right. So it's important that when you are hurt, that you take the time to process that pain. And I think if I had processed the pain that I had endured already and just gave myself time, because I was also dealing with my businesses, my children, and all that kind of stuff, if I gave myself a little bit of time, then maybe I would have been able to communicate a lot better and things might have ended up a lot differently. But I'm happy that it didn't, because everything that God does, he does for a reason. He don't do nothing for nothing. He do everything for something. He do something for something. And every pain has a purpose. Every lesson has to be learned in order for us to be who it is that God is designing us to be. And that is what I've learned in this journey. God has blessed me to get through so much and go through so much because he needed me to be Bianca, Akira, and Anastasia. Okay? And that's why God blessed me to have this beautiful space. He blessed me with the ability to be able to create it, to be able to financially be able to afford it, and to be able to operate it all on my own. And this moment was like one of those happy moments for me, exciting moments, because my kids came and celebrated the finishing of this space with me. It was a blessing to be able to have them be proud of me and to see how important it is to step out on your dreams and do the hard work. Welcome to Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. I am your host, Bianca, and here I have
Bobby.
Lakeisha.
Nice to meet the both of you.
Likewise.
Black Love was the first show I decided to do in a new studio because it was the last show I did in my last studio. I had these awesome couples come through and tell me their love story. Now it's showtime. Here are all the shows I'm doing
It's your girl
in the
Bianca,
studio.
and I am back in the studio, in the Playhouse, with my new show coming, The Recipe.
Has some kind of drive and some kind of ambition, and you're going somewhere in life.
We didn't really know the formula or, you know what I'm saying, the business behind the music.
Okay.
All three are Muslim. All three are religiously still healing.
It's episode 1.
Uno, I had, yeah, me.
So, regardless of who you pray to, I might be down bad on these bills and I want to put a gun to my head and take, suicide. If I can't come to you and confess.
I am live in Bianca Studios tonight with a whole panel of dope and
baby.
we live and he eating this beef out on camera.
With a spoon.
Really,
I
that
don't know
was
if I can
so
give them as good
good.
as that again, but I'm gonna have, I try.
Or was the enemy sitting there about that? Him here should be here with Alfred the bullets in me. Yes, it did. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. This is my second episode of Fatal Attraction, and I got my brother and Okay, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Bianca, and we are in the Playhouse today with the one and only Baltimore's greatest. I just saw you were in the newspaper and featured and everything. DJ Duke, welcome to the Playhouse.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm so happy to have you finally in the Playhouse sitting here once again. You came to the Playhouse and rocked with me a couple years ago when I did Black Love. Absolutely. It's always been love.
So this was my journey, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking this journey with me and taking the time to listen to my story time. Here are all the new shows in Bianca Studios. Please make sure you are taking the time to watch these shows because I'm putting them on for you. Black Love, Fatal Attraction Fridays, super important and super essential, okay? Because we need to know what's going on in our community. And as much as I talk about falling in love and the good parts of love, I also want to make sure I'm highlighting the things that are hard to talk about, having those hard conversations. Shout out to DJ Duke. Shout out to everybody who supported Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. I have to say a special thank you to Nicole without the E, Woody, Be True with Rue, and definitely my co-host, Jolly. Make sure you are following me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, everything. And if you'd like to be a guest on my show, please feel free to reach out to me. And we are looking for sponsors. So we would love for you to broadcast your business and all that you are doing that is great in this community on Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show. Special thanks to E Digger for firing me. Special thanks to that hookup man on Pennsylvania Avenue who was selling those headphones. Special thanks to my daughter who brought them for me. Special thanks to Monty for giving me the opportunity to have Bianca's Playhouse Talk Show on his station. Thank you to everybody who was in my journey along this way. Even though I have no relationship with those people, I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful that God blessed me to go through what I went through to get to where I am. Have an absolutely amazing night. Thank you for watching. Oh, wait, I cannot leave without saying thank you to my wife.